Hi all, welcome back. More Fields of Fire. The Normandy campaign. This is mission 2, Cerisy offensive. This is my part 9. Yeah, part 9 already. Wow. Okay. So probably the last part for me today, and maybe not get nothing tomorrow either. To be honest, might dry up a little bit now, but I've been putting plenty up. So, well, I've got loads of bits still to watch. I'm like, it's just watching back part 1 of this, the Cerisy offensive. So I'm way behind with things. There was a couple of things I was a little bit worried about when I was watching back part 1, and that was some of these things that I never really took notice of. Hierarchy's defensive. The tactics are hasty. So I think I want to say, fortunately, hasty is here, whereas I comment on it at first and say, right, I'll have to remember that. We were always looking at deliberate before. I get the feeling up to now I've not used this activity check hierarchy, because I think all we had on the board turn 1 and 2 is an artillery, forward observer, a spotter. So he's got his own rules. And then we get the counter-attack kicking in, and then we have to consider this. We don't get much of this considered, and then we manage to shoot them all up, and they're on looking at the enemy lat side of things. However, they get a bit of revenge on us by falling back and kicking our butts a little bit. Anyway, and the other bit on this was not so much leader, but the 2 Panzerfaust for the squad ammo. So we've had 2 squads, I think. Yeah, I think we've had 2 squads. Well, I forgot about that, but I'm not sure how that comes into it. Let's see if I can find something about that. Yeah, I think this is something about that, and it doesn't look at here, but once we turn the page here, 7.4 rocket launchers / recoilless rifles. Well, it's no them. Well, that's our bazookas, isn't it? Excuse me. So it's not that, but just when we turn the page, on page 54 here, some types of rocket launchers enter play as asset counters on regular units and are expended as such when used, e.g. Panzerfaust and RPG rockets. So yeah, the squad should have had 2 of them, but how did they get used? Some types of rocket launchers enter play as asset counter. I mean, is it like our rifle grenades? I think it must be, yeah. Does it not go in the gun and fire out like a rifle grenade, but it's just a German version of it? But I can only think, I mean, it must be on the enemy activity chart for us to use them. Would it just be a grenade attack, if it could? You know, like I say, we weren't really looking at it, but you see, when you've got the grenade attack option, if they had the Panzerfaust with them, that's only a reference I can see to it. And it's not a hand grenade, because everybody carries a hand grenade. So I reckon it must be the German version of a rifle grenade. But you're saying you reckon. So, I mean, and it does only have a P. What do you mean? No, hang on, that means point blank range though. Yeah. Well, it is a little worrying, because we did have a squad on our card that maybe could have fired this. I just, that's it there with a P, and it's 2 shots, and then you flip it over, it's got 1 shot left. But it doesn't tell me any more about it. Or, you know, is it a grenade attack? Attempt to make a grenade attack? I'm going to have to go and look up Panzerfaust, I think. Maybe I'll try it in the rule book first, so give me a sec. Right, well, I'm kind of lost there. Even the rule book doesn't really help me out there. I thought at first maybe it was something that they might have been done away with, but it is in the new rule. Well, there's talk of it in the new rule book. There's only, when I searched for Panzerfaust, I got 3 things showing up. This one here, and there's a couple other. So I went on BGG, done a search. The first question that comes up about it was back in 2010 by somebody asking if the units equipped with this, they fire every turn, and it was the designer that answered by saying that they only fire against vehicles, they don't fire against infantry. So with that, I'm just going to leave that one there with you, guys, and maybe you can enlighten me, because I mean, this is in the old mission book, of course. Whether there's anything being done to give me any more about that. Like I say, that was all. I didn't look through the other threads. If there's other threads, well, maybe I should have done. I just figured with the designer saying that they're only used against vehicles, that was kind of good enough for me. But why do they have them in this mission? What's the point of them having 2 Panzerfaust ammo? There's no vehicles in the mission. Yeah. Right. I think we'll just leave that sitting there. Yeah, just going to leave that one be. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to use them. What the FOF is even. All it's got is a P on the actual chip, which suggests it can only be used at point blank range. If I looked up vehicle, but like I said, there was only 3 instances when I done a search of the rule book. The other one was here. It's here. Hang on. There's one of the other ones, and then there was one other reference. So that says rocket ammo. Use this ammo for units armed with weapons such as the bazooka or Panzer Shrek. Each point represents 2 to 3 rounds, and each step of a unit can carry up to 3 points. Some squads have rocket launchers, and specific counters are provided for the ammo, such as Panzerfaust and B-40 RPG. Given the bulky size and weight of rocket ammo, you must track its use. If an S with a G rated unit that uses this ammo runs out, it loses its close range grenade attack capability. Yeah, I've got no clue there. Wouldn't know what it does. There's nothing. There's nothing to help me there. There was only one other reference to it, and I think it was about you don't. Oh, there it's there. Look, no, squads with a VOF ratings who are also using asset weapons such as RPGs and Panzerfausts are not affected by their asset weapon running out of ammo. That's only 3 searches that I got from the rulebook. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm not. I don't know what to do with that. So we'll leave it be, and maybe somebody can comment, and if they don't comment, maybe if I carry on. What is it? Does it have it in the next? It doesn't have it in the next mission. It has Panzer Shreks in the next again mission. Well, maybe I will pop a question out there, because it's going to be a while before somebody gets to see this part of the video. And well, why don't you do it just now, Grant? Yeah, okay, give me a second. Okay, I went and popped a question out there just to see if I can get anything. I mean, Whether it's got anything to do with the fact that that's in the old mission books, maybe the new mission books might be, it could be a rat as well. It could be something that's not meant to be. But it's a little strange that the stuff in the rule book isn't. None of that's even helping me towards how it's used or anything like that. Okay, well, we'll let the experts get back to me. Okay, right. Well, we're starting turn. This is turn 5 already. Yeah. Oh yeah, and we got smashed. We've got smashed, haven't we? We really did. We really took a beating there, and that was just from a -1. Every one of the units took a -1 fire towards them, so, and a lot of damage done. I mean, just look, I've got them set aside down here still. All this went. The radio's gone as well. All of these are out of play now. Well, priority is going to try and get the first platoon HQ back. I know we can do that again. But it means, and then I don't know how you get the first sergeant back, or for that matter the bazooka and the machine gun. I kind of want to say that maybe they can't come back until a new mission starts. Well, you probably need to know that, Grant, don't you? Yeah. I've just realised the blunder. All these have a fire team on their back, don't they? Dear. Yeah, so, well, that was fine because there was no comments on that. The first time this platoon HQ got taken out, it was with a casualty result, so there's nothing I could do with that. So I need to look back in the footage because I've got, both the platoon HQ, the company first sergeant, the first bazookas, and the 50 cal machine gun all have fire teams on their backside. And just when I'm looking at reconstitution here, it says no, that's not even the right bit I was reading there, to be honest. But it just got me thinking they've got a fire team side, haven't they? So if any of them were hit, it depends what they were hit and turned into. I can't remember. If they were turned into a casualty, a litter team, or a paralysed team, they're gone. If, however, they were turned into a fire team, then I should have been able to just flip them over. Shouldn't I? Yes. Right, well, I need to... yeah, there. That's what I'm looking for there. So obviously, it's a casualty, that's a casualty. The unit's been eliminated. Place a casualty, kind of remove the unit. If it's a paralysed team, reduce the original unit by 1 step. But remember, all these that I'm looking at are all 1-step units. So if this was the unit's last step, the original unit is removed from play. And that's the same with a litter team. However, if it's a fire team, if the hit unit is a 1-step unit with a named fire team on the reverse side, flip it to its fire team side. So that's what I didn't consider. Now, it might well be that all the results were not any good to us, but I'm going to look back, obviously, and just find out, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units to consider here. The squad that went, that was fine. It obviously took 2 hits and then went away, and yeah, that's fine. Let me go and see about the rest of the guys though. Right, fortunately I've got away. Well, I say fortunately, I was kind of hoping that I might have made a mistake and then I might have been able to get some of these back on their fire team side. Both the first platoon HQ was a straight up casualty. The 50 cal machine gun was a straight up casualty. The bazooka was a litter team and the first sergeant was a litter team, which means that they don't get to flip to their fire team side. So yeah, let's see about if they can be brought back to start with. I'm absolutely sure that they can't be brought back, the bazooka and the 50 cal. I'm just trying to find it. I know it's ringing a bell in my head saying that It was one of the things you just couldn't bring back. I just can't seem to find it. This is talk of the squad, reconstituting a platoon HQ, reconstituting the company HQ, squads, and then on the other side, COHQ. Yeah, I don't even know about the first sergeant now. Right, hold on, let me read then. Okay, well there's the first sergeant situation. It's talking about reconstituting an HQ, and the last sentence says CO staff may not be reconstituted during a mission. So he's not coming back, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the same for the bazooka and the 50 cal. A platoon HQ may be reconstituted from a CO staff unit. Well, we did this the last time, or any good order step from that platoon. Yeah, we did that. It was reasonably straightforward. Squads and HQs that removed from play may be reconstituted during play according to the rules. See section 12. I guess it's just. I think I would have said something somewhere. I'm sure it said something. I want to actually open the old rule book because I'm sure it's something that I've read before. Yeah, here it's here. I've opened the old rule book because I just knew it was something I'd read, and you'll notice that reconstituting is away in Rule 10, so it's away further on. It's not attached to Rule 6. But right there, 10.2.3, okay, old rule book, page 55. Weapons teams and forward observers. Once a count is removed from play, it may not return via rally or reconstitution during the course of a mission. If they have been turned into paralysed or water teams, they can be rallied to generic fire or assault teams and used to reconstitute squads. So it says it there in the old rule book, and well, what it doesn't say in the new rule book, whether it says that somewhere, what I just read, you would think it might do. What it doesn't suggest is they can come back. So I just feel like it must be here, and I'm just not catching it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I feel like something must be there to tell you. And it talks about here that so if a weapons team or FOHQ or CO are turned into paralysed or water teams, they can be rallied to generic fire or assault teams. You know what? It's maybe just kind of common sense that you're not getting them back. There's not a sort of way to do it. There's not an action that allows you to do it. Okay, so that's that going, and the first sergeant. They're not coming back. Well, at least we know what we're dealing with. Right, well, first platoon HQ has to be a priority, and then he's also got a squad that's out the game as well, which we need to try and work on as well. Okay, so it is the start of the turn, so let's go back to there and draw for a friendly higher HQ event. We do not get one. Right, and the battalion HQ is not on the map, so we're going to activate the COHQ. He's not under cover. I'll not show you him. We'll draw for his commands, then I'll come back here. Not got any commands saved. We're still looking heavily engaged here, I believe. Yep. And but he is line, so there's no modifications to the card draw of the big number. That's better. 5. That's much better. I don't think he got a good one last time. We'll need as many commands as we can get, I think. Well, yeah, because it means he's got to move up there into the fire zone, if you like. Yuck. Right. Well, there's no first sergeant to worry about now. Yeah, I'm just. How are we going to deal with this? Because to get the first platoon back, first platoon HQ, we need to carry out no, it's an HQ. Where is that one? That's a command and control one, is it? Or is it? No. Hang on. Attempt to reconstitute a squad. No, that's not it. Why am I not finding this? I just read it in the rulebook. Why am I not... There it is, there. It is a command and control action, yeah. Yeah, well, we done it in the last... we did it in the last mission, didn't we? Reconstitute a platoon HQ. It's got the wee one there. It requires the originator HQ to carry out in general initiative. So, but we're not... Well, I'm hoping we're not going to be doing it in general initiative, but you never know. So it costs 1, it's automatic, needs COHQ or CO staff. So either needs the COHQ or it needs the XO because the first sergeant's gone. And then the recipient is a CO staff, but I don't want to do that because that removes him from the game or any good order unit from that platoon. Reduce the recipient by 1 step or remove the CO staff unit and place the platoon HQ back into play on that card. It's going to be green as well. Oh, this is awful. This is awful. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. So we need the COHQ or the XO to deal with that. And to deal with that, either one of them is going to have to move up onto this card, or one of these squads has got to come back, but we can't. That can only be done by giving them an order or wait until general initiative. I mean, yes, we could wait till general initiative. I feel like we've got to take a bit of a chance here. What I think we want to do is move this. Well, if it's the COHQ or maybe the XO, because I could activate the XO. He could be part of one of my activations. He could move up to there, or unless we decide it's the HQ, because we're not going to know how many commands this gets. He's got 1 saved. Well, he doesn't need loads of commands, but it would be better. Well, he kind of needs a few, because what I want to do is move him up to there, and I want to call fire and with a mortar on there to stop that firing out of there. The other thing I'm going to do as well is fire into here with the artillery from here to stop fire coming out of there, or we're just going to get shot at. We need to block line and say, well, what about your smoke, Grant? Something I've never put to use. What about the smoke? Let's look at that. Because what we want to do is protect this card while we're trying to deal with it. And if these are still firing, well, this is still firing into it. When this incoming goes away, this is going to fire either or. It's going to count up the steps and fire at them. So, how does this smoke work then? Yeah, but thing is, smoke is only... I was thinking I put smoke on my card and they can't see in. Yeah, you can see in, it's the same as incoming, it just means we can't see out. So I would have to be putting the smoke on that card to stop it from seeing out. So that kind of doesn't work. I mean, it does give you defensive benefits, I think. Maybe gives you, it maybe gives you a +2 bonus. Like cover, but it's an additional +2. Yeah, smoke and WP smoke provide a defensive benefit to the occupants of the card, except from incoming. So that's not really going to work. Of course, that is another way of stopping it, is moving on to the card. That's another thought. We could move on to the card, then he'll engage the unit that moves on. So I could split an assault team, send that up into there. It's going to spawn a contact maybe, but then it stops him from firing there. I mean, we could also do the same here and move in on that card as well. Maybe this is what we need to be doing, eh? Yeah, maybe also make an assault team, move it up into here. We need to protect this card, I think, and well, we need to protect it, but I think the reason I'm meaning that is because if I'm putting my COHQ in particular, I mean the XO, well, I don't want to lose him either. I've already lost the first sergeant, so. But right now we're sitting with 5 commands. The COHQ could move up into there. They're all under that cover as well, which is good and bad, I guess. But if I sent them up there, what we could do is try the mortar fire first and see if we get a result with that. And if we don't, if I don't get a result and call for fire, then split something off and move it up. The thing is, I've got 5 commands, so 1, 2 ordering that, 3 splitting this off, 4 sending it up, and then that still doesn't give me the... Oh no, it does. The 5th point could be to reduce this by 1 step to bring back the platoon HQ. Yeah. So, I think so. I think we've just got enough, so that means we probably should stick... that means we can't activate anything else. No, I think you activate this COXO, but then you're going to have both of them up here probably. Because I want to activate 3rd platoon. He's got nothing. 1st platoon, well, I can't activate that. The HQ's gone. In fact, am I not right in saying his commands disappear as well? His saved commands, yeah, they do. So he's got nothing as well, but I can't do anything with him anyway. Yeah, so I was just adjusting that. That was sitting at 2 saved commands. I'll put that back to 0. Just wondering if I'd done that the last time. Don't recall doing it, so that might have been a slight error. So what? You activate 3rd. 2nd doesn't... 2nd's got 4 commands saved. He's going to activate himself anyway. He's not undercover though, which is... That's probably okay though. So we could activate 3rd, we could activate the XO, we could then move up there and do a little bit, and then the XO will come up and do the rest. Hopefully. Does that sound about right? Yeah, let's do that. So, okay, so I'm going to use a command to activate 3rd platoon and a command to activate the COXO. Yeah, okay. So, dropping down 2, we've got 3, we're activating our XO, and we're activating 3rd platoon. Okay, and then the ones that are not getting activated... Well, I'm not even going to mark the 1st platoon HQ because... Oh, 1st Sergeant's gone, Grant. It's not any point marking him either, so... Yeah, so I'll just mark that one that's not... Because... I don't want to think I can still activate them, and... Well, they're not on the map, so... Although, I do intend bringing that one... Oh, yeah. No, stop, Grant. Yeah, because I was able to activate him the last time, wasn't I? I can activate him still in the initiative segment. If I can bring him back in that before that impulse. Yeah. We know this can't come back, so there's no point with that. Okay, so the HQ, the COHQ still got 3 commands left. So I think we've got to go for this. we've got to go... Right, so he's going up. Now he's going to have to go under the cover as well. So that's one more command. So he's got 2 left. He's going to have to go under the cover, but he is exposed. So everybody's under the cover there. And I think we... Well... What's the worst we could get for the XO command-wise? He's got 1 saved. He could draw a 1, couldn't he? That's the worst. Yeah, the worst is he's got a minimum of 1. I think there's a card. There's a card with a 1 and a 0, isn't there? Like a 1 in the helmet and a 0 in the small number. So I'm just trying to think, worst case scenario, he's got 1 command saved. He would have 2 commands. So 1 to move onto the card and 1 to... Man, let's hope that's not the case, but... Oh, no. These are all pinned, Grant. That's why it's not as simple as why you're trying to... They're all pinned. Ah, jeez. Right, let me rethink that one. I don't think I'm going to activate the 3rd platoon then, because I need the extra points. I think it's worthwhile activating the XO because he can come and help. 3rd platoon can't come and help that situation. So I'm going to take back the activation from the 3rd platoon. So he's going to have a blue cube on him as well. And I'm going to give the... Wait now, I'm going to move the HQ back to... It had 5. So all he's doing is activating the XO. That's 1. And then he's moving on the card. That's 2. So he's got 3 left. He's got 3 points left. Is this still going to work, Grant? You need to pin, you need to unpin, and this is a draw of cards as well. You're not going to have the stuff for all this. Well, priority here then is not. I think it's moving somebody onto the card. See, the other thing is, there's an assault team here. He, with general initiative, could move across. So, and that would remove their fire. So he's got 3 commands left. Can we unpin? Well, we should try at least and unpin something. Unpin the mortar team, I think. Then that would give me 2 commands. Then call for fire with the mortar team. And 1 command left. Reconstitute the platoon HQ, maybe. Well, let's. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay because I think as long as if we get 0 general initiative, that's going to really backfire in our face. That's really going to make a mess of things. Right, I'm going to attempt to remove a pin marker. And this is the originator that you get the modifier from. So it's going to be the COHQ. Now here's a line. So it's a 2-card draw. Any unit under pin marker. It's got a VOF on the card, so... See, that's the other thing. If I was to get something moved on that card, that VOF comes off and all these can be unpinned for, without having to draw cards. Yeah, but this... I don't have any... I can't give an order. Well, in actual fact, shouldn't you be trying to get the assault team here and send it up, and then that stops it? Is that not a better idea? Well, am I going to try and unpin lots of other things anyway? Can't I wait for that? Can't we just get the... Because, right now I could attempt to unpin one of the squads, then detach a team, then send it to that card, then the VOF drops off. But by that time I've no commands left to start unpinning other things anyway. Yeah, but if I want to even reconstitute, it's going to have to be unpinned. Sorry, not reconstitute, like, what is the one? Well, it is, reconstitute a platoon HQ. It has to be a good order unit from that platoon and pinned. That means it's pinned, it's not a good order. So the sending the assault team seems the better play, doesn't it? Either that or we do without, maybe still do without the platoon HQ this turn. Because getting a successful call for fire on that just puts the, what do you call it on it? The pending fire mission marker on it. And it doesn't stop, it doesn't block him firing until we flip that marker. That's tricky. I'd prefer to call for fire with a mortar, but I think probably the more sensible option is to break off an assault team and send that. Because that would get our first platoon back. Well, probably. Before the initiative impulse, and then at least allow him to gain commands, where I think the other one, yeah, I'm going to have to do that. I don't want to do it. Oh, I don't want to do it. Right, well, you know what? You've still got to rally them. That's the problem. Right, we are going to, started with 5, activated that, moved on to the card. Right, I've got 3 commands left. I'm going to spend 1 command to attempt to rally 1-1 platoon here, who's pinned. Yeah, so it's a 2-card draw. This comes from the COHQ, who is line. So it's a 2-card draw, looking for rally, and we really need this. So here we go. That's a no. Oh, and that's a no. Well, it's not silly to exhort. I'm better to do it on the other squad. I don't know. At least I got a 2-card draw. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use another command now to attempt to rally the 2-1 platoon squad. That takes me down to 1. At least that way I get 2 cards to draw, whereas exhort would just draw me 1 more. Right, here we go. That's a no. Oh, thank gosh. Thank gosh. Okay, that worked. So he's now not pinned. 2-1. He's the one with the rifle grenade. Oh, he's the veteran, isn't he? Good. So tuck that in there, because they're all still pinned undercover. Now, he is undercover, actually, still. Yeah, awkward to keep track of, I think, Grant. It's going to be, it's a bit messy in there. Right, the COHQ has 1 command left. I think he's got to spend it. The problem with that, yeah, there's always something. The problem with this is I now can't rally that, can I? In this impulse, I need to go into another impulse to be able to rally it, because we've already tried to rally it and failed. Oh. Well, the first card from the exhort wouldn't have worked anyway. That was not a rally card. Yeah, like I don't. Yeah, this isn't going to work at all. Then I'd been as well trying the mortar thing. Well, if I'd got a result with that first one, it's just I now can't do the reconstitute HQ on that guy because he's still pinned and I can't unpin him. Right, I'm going to use the last COHQ command to detach a team from this guy and get an assault team, which I don't have any line about. Spell a lot of them out and about. Right, so again, he is still undercover as well, but he's not pinned. And that's the COHQ done his thing. So nothing else really changed there. Right, the only activation we made was the EXO, so I need to draw a card for the EXO, and it's got to be at least no, it's fine. As long as it's a 2, as long as it's a 1, yeah. It's got to be a minimum of 1 anyway, because he's got 1 save, because we need to be able to move onto the card and then move the assault team. Right, so we're going to activate the EXO. He's not undercover, he's line quality though, so no modifiers, make it a big number, that'll do, look at that, 4. He had 1 saved, so he's got 5 now, that's good. Right, so priority, well, you know what, I say it's good, but, well, we could rally, we could yeah, I know, but once that goes away, they all unpin for free anyway, and that, in the unpin phase, or whatever that phase is. What is it? Pinned recovery segment, 3.7.3. As long as it's not a VOF. I mean, okay. Things, you seen what happened with the enemy the last time, what they done, so. Okay, so the EXO is going to spend 1 command. Yeah, no, I'll let second platoon deal with that. He's going to spend 1 command to... I'm just going to stack that smoke just now. To come up here under the cover and exposed. That costs 1, so that's 4 commands left. And then he's going to then order the assault team forward into here. Yeah, I would still rally that guy. I can't. So we're ordering the assault team forward. No, we're not. We're ordering the assault team to infiltrate, to attempt to infiltrate. Because remember, he's coming from a VOF. So that would be better, and then he's not going to be exposed if we can do it. That's a movement action, isn't it? Yeah, it's back that way, Grant. So attempt to infiltrate. It's 2 cards, it's a recipient, so it was himself, he has line, yeah, so it's just a 2-card draw. Looking for the silhouettes. That's a no. That's a yes, that's really good. We needed that. We needed that, I think. Well, yeah, we did. We don't want to just get massacred up there. So he was able to infiltrate, so no exposed marker, right? And right, did I spend the point? No, because we got 4. We got 4 from the EXO and he had 1, so he started with 5 and his first point was to move, so that's his second point, is to send the... Should always spend it first, Grant, because you'll maybe forget. But that's him down to 3, that's fine. So we move up there, and what happens is he now switches fire to us on the card. So that comes away. And it's, well, it's automatic weapons both ways, isn't it? Yeah. So both firing automatic weapons each other. And like I say, now we're in a position where we could have unpinned that guy for free without having to draw cards and then put the HQ back together, but he's... Well, hang on. Can he not? Is there another impulse where he can do it? No, I don't think so. So right now we're in the 3.3.1, the platoon HQ/CO staff impulse. Yeah, and the next impulse is the platoon HQ impulse, which is the initiative platoon HQ impulse. So no, we can't do it. And I'm not sure it's worthwhile. Well, you could... No, you can't. Because they're all pinned, Grant. You can't even try and put things together. I could remove some of the pin markers, but they're going to remove automatically anyway. Well, you say they are. What if the fire was to change? What if he shifted fire onto you there? It's possible. But it's a waste of commands if it's not, because they're just going to all unpin. Yeah. I think I'm going to just take a chance and leave it rather than waste the commands. That didn't work out great then, did it? I think because we failed the rally attempt the first time, that's what done it. I didn't really think that. Well, it's not. I still had to do what I had to do, I think. Right, are we going to remember that this guy is not pinned, but he's still under that colour marker? Maybe if I put another foxholes over him, sort of just half over him, maybe as a sort of, as some kind of reminder that what I'm doing, because it is foxholes, isn't it? Yeah. Because everything else on the card is pinned. No, that's not true. They're not pinned either, Grant, but they're under the foxholes. So that's true. Why don't we do something like that then? So they're both under the same foxholes. It's just, I think you can see what I'm trying to do. Just there's that much going on, and maybe it was a time to pick things up and stack them all up, to be honest. I mean, we've got two casualties there that... The thing is, I've got to say that they're under the foxholes because I do think it actually matters. So... But them being in a pin state doesn't really matter, but... Right, well... Are you sure you're just going to leave it at that, Grant? Yeah, because... Yeah, I can't put things back together. I could unpin things. Or I could unpin something and put it back together, though. Hold on. Wait a minute. If I... Oh, was that not silly then? Well, you know what, you've done all that now. If I was to unpin that fire team and then reconstitute it into that... No, I've not got enough commands, have I? And then reconstitute the HQ from that. So I would knock it back down to 2 steps again. I could do that. Well, that's all you need to do. So hang on, I've got 3 commands left. Unpin that for 1 command. Reconstitute it into that squad for 2 commands. And then reconstitute the platoon HQ from that. They're all different actions, so I think so. Are they all automatic? Well, I know that I don't think they're all automatic, are they? Well, the reconstitute the HQ is. I think the one that's going to be the issue is that. That's a supplement a squad. Yeah, that is automatic. Yeah. And not only that, although this is green, it still becomes line, and then we remove this. Yeah, that works. I think that works. We said a few things work, and they've ended up not working, Grant. So, right, we're going to, still with the CXO, he's going to attempt to rally the fire team, and that is the originator. So it is line, it's a line attempt. So it's a 2-card draw to try and unpin that fire team. Hold on. No. It's automatic, Grant. Yeah, it's automatic because we removed the VOF. Yeah, that's even better. So it only cost me one command. So I've got 2 left. So we've unpinned this. He's got yellow smoke. And yeah, and then we're going to spend another command to supplement the squad, which is cost 1. Yeah, cost 1. It's automatic. Any HQ or staff is doing it. Yeah, see the COXO. Any good order 2 to 3 step squad and an unpinned fire or assault team. Remove the team from play and add the step to the squad. Yeah, this could work. So I've got... Yeah, have I spent that? See, Grant, careful. I'm lost again. I had 5. 1... 2, send the assault team up. 3, rally the fire team. Yeah, and I've got 2 left. Yeah, I've got 2 left. I've rallied the fire team. So I've got 1 left now, and we put the we supplement the squad. So that comes away, and my guess is the smoke stays with us, so it stays with us. Right? And then we're gonna now use our last command, and now that's none left saved, to to reconstitute the COHQ. And we did do this already in the previous mission. So reconstitute the COHQ. It's 1, it's auto. No, sorry. Yeah, that's right. No, it's not. Reconstitute platoon HQ, sorry. It's that one. Yeah, so 1 auto COHQ or CO staff originator. Well, we're using the CO staff, the COXO. And then the recipient's going to be a good order unit from that platoon. And then we're going to reduce the recipient by 1 step and place the platoon HQ back into play on that card at green experience level. So that was our last command, so that's going to get reduced again. It feels okay, this, but then we get the platoon HQ back. Now he's not going to be... again, we're all under this cover. My assumption is that he comes back under the cover as well. So all these are in Foxhole, and the same Foxholes as that, but they're not pinned, basically. And now we've got our first platoon HQ back. Wow, that was a bit of a carry on to get that. Hopefully I've done it right, but you never know. Looked a bit complicated, all that. Right, and we're at 53 minutes. Great. Is it? It is. Right, well, I suppose I should be starting to wrap this video up then. But we still have all our platoons ready. Yeah, and first platoon, as far as I'm aware, now he did lose the save commands that he had, and I think that was right. I might have blundered with that the last time, I must admit. But he's now back on the board. We're moving into the initiative segment, and we've not activated any of our platoons. So I feel like it's okay that he can now activate. So that's really good, and he's undercover. Now remember, he is green. In fact, I'm going to have to change that. I'm going to change that on my mission log. Hopefully I'll remember every time I do it. So first platoon HQ is now not line. In fact, I'll score it out. No, I'll just rub it out. I'll rub it out. So it was line, and now he's green. So I need to remember that, because he's going to get -1 to his card draws for that. Okay. Well, actual fact, I suppose this isn't a bad time just to stop, isn't it? Just felt like there was not much. Well, it was quite interesting, I thought, but yeah, because if you do start activating first, second, and third platoon, Grant, you're not going to be scratching your head wondering what you're doing again. I don't really have the time left, I don't think. 55 minutes. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'd be better calling it. We can come back to this. Well, I'm not so sure it will be tomorrow. Maybe the next day, but we will see. Well, let me just see if I got an answer to my question, just so we can chuck it in here. I did get a reply from Colin saying that in the 3rd edition mission book there is a reference about Panzerfausts, and it does confirm that they can only be used against vehicles, not tanks. I was about to add to my reply, I just said thanks to him, that's good, that's what we need. About what is the point in them being in this mission, but if there's no vehicles, and then I started thinking, well, is it possible that there might be? I don't think there is though. It's all just there's a Panzer Shrek team. AT gun 88. So I don't know what Panzer Shrek team is. Could that be some kind of vehicle? I don't know. I'm not so sure. I don't know. But we'll just leave that. But then, well, we don't have. Well, that's not true. We have a Jeep. Maybe they want to take our Jeep out. There you go. That's what it is. I'll just keep it back in the staging area out of the way then. Right, okay, I better get away for now. Now, where am I leaving this? Well, I've got our blue cubes up there. We're leaving this in the... where's my phase marker? The initiative segment. There's no need for a CO HQ impulse. However, there is a platoon HQ impulse. And there'll be no need for a CO staff impulse as well, because we've done all that. So we've got the platoon, the initiative platoon HQ impulse, and then the general initiative, and then I'll be back to see what happens up here. Well, yeah, I don't think we're going to get an awful lot of movement forward this turn. I get the feeling. So we might just need to try and steady ourselves and... Yeah, okay. Right, okay, well, I'll be back when I'm back, and we'll get on with it then. Okay, right, cheers.